If you look closely at the modern social landscape, you will notice a silent, rapidly growing phenomenon. Millions of men over the age of 60 are completely walking away from the dating market. They are turning their backs on modern romance, and they are doing it without a single word of complaint. Society is incredibly quick to misdiagnose this withdrawal. The cultural narrative assumes that these men must be lonely. People whisper that they are bitter, cynical, or that they have simply lost the capacity to love. But behind closed doors, a profound psychological truth exists, a truth that society fundamentally misunderstands. This withdrawal is not born out of despair. It is not the result of a broken heart. It is a highly calculated, deeply conscious decision forged in the fires of wisdom and decades of lived experience. Today we are going to explore the unvarnished reality of the mature masculine mind. We will dissect the deep psychological and emotional reasons why so many senior men are done with women, and why this decision is not an act of surrender, but the ultimate declaration of independence. Let us uncover the truth. Point number 1, the uncompromising prioritization of inner peace. To understand the senior man, we must look at the brutal resume of his life. For 40 or 50 years, this man has been in the trenches. He has survived the grueling demands of building a career. He has carried the crushing weight of financial provision. He has likely navigated the stormy waters of a failed marriage, a painful divorce, and the relentless stress of modern existence. Through this crucible, he has learned that the most valuable asset a human being can possess is not money, and it is not romantic passion. It is absolute, unshakable tranquility. When an older man sits in his quiet house, he realizes the profound luxury of silence. He does not have to negotiate his environment. He does not have to engage in petty arguments. He refuses to trade this hard-won peace for a relationship that brings drama, tension, or continuous conflict. To a younger man, a chaotic relationship might feel like passion. To a 60-year-old man, a chaotic relationship is a biological and psychological hazard. If a woman cannot seamlessly add to his peace, he will gladly choose to remain completely alone. His sanctuary is closed to storms. Point number 2, profound emotional fatigue. We must address the psychological labor required to sustain a modern relationship. Men in their 60s are fundamentally exhausted by the invisible burden of managing someone else's emotional state. For years, many of these men lived in a state of emotional performance. They endured the mind games. They suffered through the tests of their intentions. They spent their mental energy constantly justifying their actions, apologizing to keep the peace, and attempting to satisfy a demanding or unappreciative partner. This constant emotional regulation is draining. It depletes a man's cognitive bandwidth, leaving him hollowed out. At this stage in his life, the senior man has officially retired from playing games. He is too tired to decode passive-aggressive behavior. He is too tired to decipher mixed signals. He absolutely refuses to jump through hoops to prove his worth to a woman. He recognizes that relationships requiring endless emotional labor are a zero-sum game. He values straightforward, mature communication, and if it is not present, he executes an immediate exit strategy. He is not afraid of love. He is simply too fatigued to deal with the theatrics that often accompany it. Point number 3, rapid pattern recognition and the financial radar. Wisdom is, fundamentally, the accumulation of recognized patterns. When a man is young, he approaches relationships with a naive optimism. But the senior man is a veteran of reality. He has empirical data. He knows how relationships begin, and more importantly, he knows exactly how they often end. Because of his decades of experience, the older man has developed a highly calibrated radar for hidden intentions. He can spot manipulation from a mile away. Furthermore, he is acutely aware of the economic reality of late-stage dating. He knows that many women who enter the dating market in their 50s or 60s are not looking for a romantic partner. They are looking for a financial safety net. They are looking for a man to solve the problems they created through their own lack of planning. The moment the senior man detects that a woman views him as a utility, a sponsor, or a rescue boat, he withdraws immediately. He refuses to let the wealth and stability he bled to build become a soft landing pad for an opportunist. He protects his core because he refuses to be used ever again. Point number 4. The realization that time and energy are fiercely finite commodities. We must address the stark mathematical reality of human mortality. When a man is 30, he operates under the dangerous illusion of infinite time. If he wastes 5 years in a toxic relationship or spends years trying to fix a broken partner, he writes it off as a learning experience. At 60 years old, the illusion of infinite time shatters. The older man becomes painfully aware that his remaining years are limited. Every season matters. Every healthy day is a blessing. Because of this profound temporal awareness, the margin for romantic error shrinks to absolute zero. He simply does not have the luxury to waste another 5 years on the wrong woman. He does not have the physical or emotional energy to recover from another devastating heartbreak or financial divorce. To the senior man, wasting his final, most beautiful years in a state of relationship anxiety is the ultimate tragedy. He chooses to stay single because he refuses to gamble his most precious, non-renewable resource, his time, on a game where the odds are fundamentally stacked against him. Point number 5. Discovering the absolute joy of solitude and independence. Society weaponizes the fear of being alone. We are conditioned to believe that being alone automatically means feeling lonely. But the sovereign senior man completely deconstructs this myth. He understands the critical psychological distinction between isolation and solitude. Isolation is the pain of feeling disconnected. Solitude is the glorious, deliberate state of being profoundly connected to yourself. The older man discovers the magic of positive solitude. He invests his time in his hobbies. He travels. He deepens his bonds with his loyal friends, his children, and his grandchildren. He engages with the world entirely on his own terms. He realizes that agreeing to a romantic partnership often means accepting restrictive obligations, forced social interactions, and constant compromises. He refuses to sacrifice his independence. He has conquered the fear of being alone, which makes him arguably the most powerful free man on the planet. Point number 6. The complete death of the need for external validation. In youth, a man's ego is intensely tied to external metrics. Evolution and society condition him to believe that his value is determined by his ability to attract and secure a woman. A young man seeks relationships because having a partner acts as a mirror, reflecting back an image of himself that makes him feel worthy. But as a man matures, he undergoes the psychological process of individuation. He internalizes his self-worth. He has looked in the mirror for 60 years. He knows his flaws, he knows his strengths, and he has already proven his competence to the world. He does not need a woman's admiration to confirm his masculinity. Because his self-esteem is generated entirely from within, the primary motivation to chase women completely evaporates. He refuses to audition for a role in a woman's life. His self-respect renders the applause of a partner completely unnecessary. As we reach the conclusion, we must make a vital psychological distinction. The senior men who have stepped away from the dating market have not closed the door on love entirely. They do not hate women. They are not bitter misogynists hiding from the world. They have simply become incredibly ruthlessly selective. They absolutely refuse to compromise their dignity, their assets, or their inner peace for a superficial or draining relationship. They will not accept chaos. They will not accept extraction. But they will warmly welcome a mature, emotionally stable, honest woman who shares their values. A woman who acts as a true partner, and who adds genuine tranquility to their lives rather than stripping it away. However, if that rare woman does not appear, the senior man is completely unbothered. He has evaluated the scales of his life, and he has chosen simply and proudly to prioritize himself and his peace of mind above all else. To the society that judges him, the solitary older man will always remain an enigma. They will continue to pity him simply because they cannot comprehend his freedom. But the truth is written in his quiet smile. He has not surrendered to life. He has mastered it. If you are a man who has chosen the path of peace, know that you are not broken. You are the architect of your own freedom. I want to hear from you. Head down to the comments and tell me, at what age did you realize that your peace was more valuable than chasing relationships? And what is the greatest freedom you have discovered in your solitude? Your wisdom and your scars will help guide the younger men who are still fighting blindly through the storm. If you found value in this deep dive into male psychology, please hit the like button, subscribe to the Sage Academy channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Thank you for watching. Until next time, guard your sanctuary and enjoy your peace.